Imagine your heart pounding, palms sweating, mind racing. The email notification pops up, the coach calls your name, the spotlight turns on, and instead of panicking, you feel clear, steady, almost slow inside. You actually like this pressure. That's not a fantasy. It's what happens when you stop trying to avoid stress and start training your stress response, just like a muscle. In this video, we're going to turn stress from an enemy into fuel. You'll see why some people choke under pressure while others switch into a higher gear. We'll break down what's happening in your nervous system, then walk through simple, trainable skills you can practice in minutes a day. By the end, you won't just understand calm, you'll know exactly how to build it. Stay with me, because the tools in the middle and end of this video are where everything starts to click together. Most of us were never taught how to handle stress. We were just told to relax and calm down, as if that were a switch you could flip. In reality, calm under pressure is a skill set. A trainable combination of breathing, attention, and mindset that changes how your body reacts. In this video, we'll cover what stress really is, why your nervous system overreacts, and step-by-step methods to regain control in high-pressure moments. We'll move from quick rescue tools like specific breathing patterns to long-term training that raises your stress capacity over weeks and months. If you're into practical, science-backed tools like this, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you actually see future videos on performance and resilience. And make sure you watch through to the end, because we'll turn all of this into a simple weekly training plan you can start using today. To train your stress response, you first need to understand what you're actually working with. Stress isn't just feeling overwhelmed, it's your body's built-in survival system kicking on. When your brain perceives a threat, whether it's a tiger, a deadline, or social judgment, it activates the sympathetic nervous system. Heart rate up, breathing shallow, muscles tense, attention narrowed. That system is useful in real danger, but in modern life it overfires. Your email inbox is not a tiger, yet your body reacts like it is. The opposite side of that system is the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and recover mode. Calm under pressure isn't about turning stress off. It's about regulating this system so you can stay alert without tipping into panic. Think high gear, not red line. The methods we'll cover are all about giving you manual controls over what was once automatic. One of the fastest levers you have over your stress response is your breath. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, which tells your brain we're in danger. But this loop works both ways. If you deliberately change your breathing, you send a new signal back up. We're safe enough to slow down. A powerful technique is physiological sighing, studied by neuroscientists. Here's how. Inhale through your nose until your lungs feel about 80% full. Pause briefly, then take a second quick sip of air to top them off. Immediately exhale slowly and completely through your mouth. That's one repetition. Do 5-10 of these. This pattern mechanically resets your lungs, reduces carbon dioxide buildup, and activates the calming branch of your nervous system. Use it before presentations, difficult conversations, or any moment you feel your heart starting to race. Breath is the immediate tool. Posture is the silent amplifier. Under pressure, most people unconsciously collapse. Shoulders roll forward, chest caves in, neck tightens. This posture compresses your diaphragm, shortens your breathing, and tells your brain you're small, threatened, and defensive. Instead, think about creating space in your body. Plant your feet, lengthen your spine as if someone is gently lifting the crown of your head, and let your shoulders relax, down rather than back. Keep your chest open but not puffed, jaw loose, gaze level. This isn't about fake confidence. It's a mechanical way to give your lungs room and your nervous system better data. A stable, open posture allows deeper breaths and wider awareness. Before a high-pressure moment, presentation, exam, negotiation, take 10 seconds to adjust your posture and pair it with 2 or 3 physiological sighs. You're literally changing the state your brain has to work with. Once your body is a bit more under control, the next battlefield is your attention. Under stress, your mind tends to time travel, replaying past failures or imagining catastrophic futures. Neither helps you perform. The antidote is a simple focus protocol I call 3 anchors. Anchor 1. Feel your feet. Notice the pressure, temperature, and contact with the ground. Anchor 2. Feel your breath, specifically the air passing at the tip of your nose. Anchor 3. Lock onto one external detail in your environment, like the texture of a table or the color of a wall. Cycle your awareness: feet, breath, external detail. Do that loop for 30 to 60 seconds. You're training your brain to come back to now, where you actually have control. This doesn't delete stress, but it changes it from a mental hurricane into a manageable current you can navigate. Your body and attention tools help in the moment, but to really become calm under pressure, you need to change how you interpret stress. Most of us label stress as a sign we're failing. I'm nervous, so I must not be ready. Research suggests a more helpful frame: stress as energy and preparation. Try this reframe. When you feel your heart race, tell yourself, "This is my body giving me fuel to perform." That's not pretending you're not anxious. It's assigning a different meaning to the same sensations. Another useful question: instead of "what if I mess up?" ask, "what would doing my best actually look like right now?" That shifts focus from imagined outcomes to controllable actions. Write down your go-to catastrophic thoughts and create intentional counterstatements. Practice them before high-pressure situations so they're ready when it counts. Over time, your brain learns that stress is a signal to lock in, not to spiral. Now, let's talk about training, not just coping. You can steadily raise your stress tolerance using controlled, small doses of discomfort, what researchers call stress inoculation. Think of it like a vaccine: tiny, safe exposures that teach your system how to respond. Choose low-stakes challenges that nudge you out of comfort but aren't overwhelming. Examples: taking cold showers for 30 to 60 seconds, doing short bouts of intense exercise, practicing public speaking with a small group, or initiating slightly awkward conversations. When you do these, don't just grind through. Use the exact tools we've covered: posture, breathing, and attention. Tell your system, "We can stay composed inside difficulty." Do this a few times a week. Over time, your brain updates its prediction. Pressure doesn't mean panic. It means we switch into trained mode. Then when real high-stakes moments come, they feel more familiar, less like ambushes. Physical conditioning isn't just about fitness or looks. It's a direct way to train your stress response. Exercise is controlled stress. Your heart rate goes up, breathing accelerates, muscles work hard. The difference is you choose it, and you get to practice staying composed while your body is activated. 2 elements matter most: intensity and recovery. Short intervals where your heart rate rises significantly, like brisk hill walks, cycling sprints, or bodyweight circuits, mimic the internal state of pressure. Immediately after, practice your recovery tools: deep breathing, posture reset, 3 anchors. By pairing physical exertion with deliberate calm, you teach your nervous system, "We can come back down quickly." This skill carries directly into stressful meetings, exams, or performances. Aim for at least 2 or 3 sessions a week where you consciously train this. Push, then recover with intention. You're building a body that's familiar with arousal and confident in its ability to return to calm. Sleep and recovery quietly determine how reactive your stress system is. When you're sleep deprived, the emotional centers of your brain become more trigger-happy, and the rational, calming parts go offline. Suddenly, minor problems feel like emergencies. To train calm under pressure, you need a consistent baseline. Aim for a regular sleep window, same wake time every day, even on weekends, as much as possible. Build a 20-30-minute wind-down routine. Dim lights, no heavy work or social media debates, maybe stretching or light reading. If your mind races at night, do a brain dump before bed. Write down worries, to-dos, and one small action you'll take tomorrow. This signals to your brain that these thoughts are captured. Good sleep doesn't magically delete stress, but it thickens your psychological buffer. With that buffer, the techniques we're covering become far more effective because you're not starting every day already at your limit. Nutrition also shapes your stress response more than most people realize. Wild blood sugar swings, like from skipping meals, living on candy, or ultra-processed snacks, can make you jittery, unfocused, and emotionally volatile. That makes pressure feel 10 times worse. You don't need a perfect diet, but you do want stability. Anchor each meal around protein, some healthy fat, and fiber-rich carbs. Think eggs and oats, chicken and vegetables with rice, beans and avocado wraps. These combinations slow digestion and keep your energy smoother. Caffeine is a big one. If you already run anxious, slamming coffee on an empty stomach is like pouring gasoline on your stress system. Try having caffeine after a meal and experiment with slightly less. Hydration matters too. Even mild dehydration increases perceived effort and irritability. Small, consistent upgrades here give your nervous system a calmer, more predictable internal environment to operate in. Let's turn these ideas into a compact daily practice that actually fits into a busy life. Think of it as training for a performance you'll give every day, your own life under pressure. Morning, 3-5 minutes. Do 5 to 10 physiological sighs, then one round of the 3 anchors. Set a simple intention. Today, when I feel pressure, I'll use my breath first. Midday, 3 to 5 minutes. After a stressful event, meeting, class, tough email, take a posture reset, 2 deep sighs, and review what story you're telling yourself. Can you reframe stress as energy? Evening, 5-10 minutes. Brain dump your worries, write one small action for tomorrow, and finish with 10 slow breaths. This whole protocol takes under 20 minutes across the entire day, but it keeps your system in training mode. You're not waiting for crisis, you're building calm as a daily skill. To get the most out of this, you need feedback. Otherwise, it's hard to see progress and easy to quit. 2 simple tracking methods can change that. First, use a 1-10 scale once a day. How reactive did I feel under pressure today? Jot that number in your notes. Underneath it, write one sentence. What helped most? That keeps your brain scanning for evidence that you can influence your state. Second, pick one recurring high-pressure situation. Monday meeting, weekly class, regular training session. Before it starts, rate your stress. Right after, rate it again, and note which tools you used. Over a few weeks, you'll start seeing patterns. Progress here is often subtle. You bounce back faster after setbacks, you hesitate less, your internal dialogue becomes less hostile. Those are wins. Training your stress response is like strength training. Small, consistent reps add up to big changes you only notice in hindsight. Let's zoom out and crystallize what we've covered into a few core principles you can remember when things get chaotic. First, stress is not the enemy. Unregulated stress is. Your nervous system is doing its job. Your work is learning to steer it. Second, you have fast tools, physiological sighs, posture resets, and the 3 anchors to pull your attention back to the present. Third, you can change the story around stress. Interpreting it as energy and preparation turns the same sensations from sabotage into support. Fourth, you can raise your capacity over time through micro-exposures, controlled discomfort, physical conditioning, and deliberate recovery. Finally, calm under pressure is a practice, not a personality trait. Through small daily reps, breath, sleep, nutrition, reflection, you build a nervous system that knows how to rise to the moment without losing itself. These aren't emergency tricks. They're a training plan for a steadier life. If this video helped you see stress differently, don't let it stay as just interesting information. Pick one tool you'll use in the next 24 hours, maybe the physiological sigh, the 3 anchors, or a short micro challenge, and actually do it. That action is your first real rep. If you want to keep building this skill set with me, calm, focus, performance under pressure, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming deep dives on related topics like confidence, habits, and mental toughness. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the situation where you most want to stay calm? Public speaking, exams, work, relationships? Share it below. And if you've tried any of these techniques before, let everyone know what worked. Finally, if you know someone who's struggling with stress, send this their way. You might be giving them a completely new relationship with pressure